When you see a lot of NGO in one country, it means the country is suffering. Lebanon, it's where heritage, resilience, and beauty create deep connection.
We see that today there is a certain, I would call it failure from the NGO reaction and from the global political reaction.
It is a difference between rich and poor country. It's a difference between West and other country, because you cannot talk about sustainability if you don't take into consideration each culture or each country by itself. No one has absolute power everywhere.
Hi Rita, how are you doing?
Hi Hazza, I'm good, and you?
Fine, thank you for
Accepting
accepting.
my request for this podcast, for this episode, to speak about Lebanon, about sustainability, and a lot more. I feel like you are the perfect person for the subject, and we will know why during the the podcast. So, if you are to present Lebanon for someone that doesn't know a lot about it, what would you say?
At the beginning, only I want to mention that I'm Rita. I have my master degree in sustainable tourism in University of Cagliari, and in second master degree in social economy in Lebanon. And I work with NGO for more than 10 years as project manager, especially in Lebanon. But now I moved to Canada. As Lebanon, if I want to introduce Lebanon or to talk about Lebanon, it will take a lot of time, but I will be I will present him in few words. Lebanon is full of opposites, in a place where amazing beauty and story that people can share with everyone. They have a lot of problem also, but a beautiful culture where history and modern life met, where people are welcoming, and we spoke multiple language. You can feel like you are at home in Lebanon. Uh, we have snow, we have beautiful beach. It's a fabulous country, but above all, Lebanon, it's where heritage, resilience, and beauty create deep connection for those who experience it. Um, but living in Lebanon for now, it's very difficult because we have a lot of struggle, we have war, and a lot of challenge. But even if you leave or if you are far away from Lebanon, Lebanon will be always in your heart.
Yeah, sure. Considering all this value that you are presenting about Lebanon and considering what is happening in the couple last years in the world and in Lebanon, what do you think that the world is losing in those difficult days in terms of values and in terms of ethics?
Uh, I think most what we are losing now is connection, and how can we understand each other, how we respect each other culture, and how we respect like for each our decision, and if I want to live in certain way, how you can respect it and how you can value my culture, how we can value my life the way I'm doing it, that we miss it. And it's all about connection. We miss connection because we spend a lot of time with this new technology. We miss the connection with people. We miss what is really about the connection is to meet each other, to feel with each other. It's not only to read about each other, or it's live with each other. That's why we cannot till now, or we cannot more and more accept each other because we are so distant. And even if we connect like not deep, or we don't live each other culture. We only do like a visit of connection. It's different from living it.
It's a superficial connection.
Yeah.
As you had a long experience with NGOs, how do you value the reaction of humanitarian NGOs and what you have expected to see from them that you have seen or you haven't seen so far?
Yeah, I work a lot with NGO, UNICEF, UNDP, UN Women, and we implement a lot of projects. When you see a lot of NGO in one country, it means the country is suffering. It's not positive things when you have a lot of NGOs. They are there because why they are there? Because we have a problem in this country. That's why they are present to help and to try in a way to reduce pain for these people. When I work with NGOs, they are great. They give a lot of help. They work with education, they provide health, they provide food, they provide support for people, especially after now, 7 October, or before in all conflict in Lebanon. They are there, they show their support, and they try as they can to support people in crisis. But that's not enough. And some of NGOs have more sustainable interference with people, like they have they they support a cause. Imagine like they support protection for women, violence against women, and that's more sustained because they build a system. They try to change laws to help women to be protect. That's more sustained because they work in cases or they work in issues and they support it for more sustainable way long term. But when you are in crisis, you cannot do that. And Lebanon, unfortunately, it's always in crisis. Every 2-3 years, we have something. Every 3 years, we have a conflict. And when you work in conflict, you work in emergency. Emergency, it's mean what they need. They need food. They need hospitals. They need school for children. They need to build houses. It's different when you work like this because it will not be sustained. It will be responding to an emergency. That's why NGOs have this two option, but they cannot do the sustainable option if you are in a country where you have a lot of conflict.
Mm-hmm. From our studies, we know that sustainability is a large term that includes a lot of aspects. The 17 SDGs include peace, include environmental aspects like reaction to climate change, etc. How do you perceive sustainability today? How do you perceive it globally and in Lebanon? Do you see a difference today from before, or is it the same for you?
Yeah, you cannot talk about sustainability if you don't take into consideration each culture or each country by itself. You have the general rule of sustainability that it means it's a long-term effect. It's something that cannot. It protects the nature. It protects people, and but it's different from each country because it's related to what the country have and the culture in this country. That's why you cannot have it like you have general, very we said strategic rules, but you have action where you can use it. But this action it will be typical for each country. That's why that's sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
And to have sustainability, you need to have like a daily work, and it's integrated in your life. It will not be something from outside. Okay, and if you want to have sustainability in a country, you want to start from the beginning. The country need to have like stability. You need to have a good economy, and ask them to go to sustainability. In Lebanon, till now, you don't have like a good economy because of crisis. You have always a problem. You don't have like sustainability. It's always changing from situation to another situation. We are switching from uh, way to live to another. Now we have all these displaced people. We need to help them to integrate in a new life, to build for them houses again, to help them to stay safe, to help children to go to school. You cannot create sustainability from that. To create sustainability, you need to have like peace. That's the first thing. To boost the economy in a country, you need to boost his economy and look at what he have from resources and to use them in a way to address sustainability. In Lebanon, you have that. You have water, you have a lot of resources. You can use them. But if you are always in conflict, you cannot really invest on this this component. That's why we cannot talk now sustainability in Lebanon. We cannot like apply sustainability in Lebanon. We can talk. We can teach our children what is sustainable, and we can do small movement, but we cannot really apply the sustainability.
Considering that you said there were already a lot of NGOs in Lebanon before, we know that the UN agencies are very present everywhere in the world, and we see their reaction to the conflict. And we see that today there is a certain, I would call it failure from the NGOs reaction and from the global political reaction. Do you think that us as individuals from the outside of the places of crisis, what do you think we can do?
The first thing, no one has like absolute power everywhere. That's why even NGOs, they have power and they have limit. It's not they can do whatever they want. They have power if they have money, if they have the authority to invest, or if they have like if their priority is there. Because sometimes the NGOs, they have other priorities, and but they can change. They can do a lot if they want or if they are allowed to do it. That's why we cannot consider them absolute power, but we can consider they can do something if they it's allowed or if it is under their priorities. How I can see that we cannot say that we don't want to work with NGOs or it's not easy. We need them when we are in crisis, but we need to switch the ways they are working to be able after to allow people to rely on themselves. If it's always people they are like counting on NGOs and counting on external governance who come to help you, you cannot sustain a country. You need to like have a solution to be able really to invest in the people in a way they are after in the end they can be independent from others.
Yeah, sure. I can see this point because like similar circumstances are happening in Tunisia, where we see the rise of NGOs in the last 10 years, but I personally don't see a long-term effect. Do you have any recommendations or advice for individuals to do on their daily basis in terms of sustainability?
The first thing that I want to say is that if you love the place where you are, it's more easy to talk about sustainability. If you appreciate where you are, if you consider it like it's yours, it's not only your house, but the environmental or the environment when you are, it's more easy to talk about sustainability and improvement because you will be a part, you will be involved on it. That's the first thing. You need to have like this set of mind that I want to work to have a better place there. And when you think about that, it's more easy to talk about sustainability. It's more easy to talk about future. But if you are there and you are not happy and you don't feel that really you are involved in any situation where you are, it's more hard to ask you to think about future, especially if you want to think about sustainability. It's costly. It's not easy to apply it because you need to invest on it. If you need to switch to better life, you need to invest on it, and this investment is costly. Sustainability is not easy way to do, but it's better result. That's why you need to be involved in that, and that's the first thing. The second thing, it's not about changing all the world. You need to change small part, to start with changing small part, to put like a small objective, and after to reach other objective. Because if you want to say to any individual who live already in a country where they have conflict, they are poor, they have economic crisis, and they don't have anything, if you want to say for them, we want to save the planet, the first reaction, I want to save myself, not the planet. I want to start with my family. That's why small objective can lead to big objective, or to like general objectives. The first thing we need to start convincing people about small objective in their life to be able to reach the other. And the small objective is, the first thing is to look at your culture, where you are, what you can invest on that, how can you respect nature on that, how you cannot destroy any more your own nature, your own environment, and after switch to big resolution, like where a country she can reduce carbon, where that it's country wise, but you need as individual to start individually. But as I'm like now imagining the situation of Lebanon, it's impossible to ask people there now about doing this step, and they don't know if they will live till tomorrow to see tomorrow, and you are asking them like, okay, we will go to think about future. That's why it is a difference between rich and poor country. It's a difference between West and other country, because where you have more sustainable environment, you can talk about sustainability.
Thanks for your optimistic vibes and recommendations, and thank you for sharing your perspective.
Thank you, Azza.